In Jean-Paul Sartre's Being and Nothingness, Sartre, the existentialist philosopher, explains his view that there are two kinds of things, that which is in itself and that which is for itself. Self-consciousness is the for itself. That means the human consciousness, the human being. And the human being has something special. It has freedom. It has freedom to create itself. It has freedom to make of itself what it chooses to be. The in itself is anything else. The in itself is any phenomenon, anything that has happened, anything that has been perceived, any theory that has been heard, anything that comes to us in our human experience in this life is an in itself. It is just a thing in itself. And what we get to do, what the for itself gets to do, is choose how to respond to the in itself. The human free consciousness gets to decide what to do with the phenomena that are presented to it. And this includes even the phenomena of its own past. Everything is a phenomenon, a thing in itself, and we get to decide what to do with it. Existence precedes essence. And we get to decide what we are going to be and what we are going to do with those phenomena. Our existence precedes our essence. Now, in Marvel's Daredevil, part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Elektra, Daredevil's former girlfriend and partner in fighting crime, and, well, beyond that, it's awfully complicated, if that wasn't complicated enough. Elektra has sort of a shady past. She's been fighting a lot of the same bad guys, and these particular bad guys she's been fighting, the ones Daredevil has only recently been fighting, she's been fighting for a lot longer. And she's been trained by this other guy, whom they call Stick. Another long story there. She's been trained by him to fight and kill. Now, Daredevil never kills. He breaks a lot of bones, but he never kills. And he urges her in one episode to fight in a different way, without killing people. He doesn't think that's right. It's better to fight without killing. He says to her that we don't have to fight Stick's way. We can fight without the killing. And he says we can decide to do that. I have to make that decision every day. You can make that decision. You are free to make that decision. And he tells her, I don't care whatever you've done in the past, Elektra. Whoever you've chosen to be, you're free now, he says. Now, this seems to me a very Sartrean move. He's telling her she gets to decide what she's going to do. She's free to decide. Every phenomenon, including her own past, leaves her free to decide to do something different in the future. And she tries to decide. But before the episode is over, there's a ninja. A ninja, a bad ninja, from the spooky ninja cult, or from The Hand, these big villains from the Netflix series that give us chapters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The ninja is invading the place, and Daredevil subdues him, and Elektra comes up and cuts the guy's throat without any apparent pause or thinking through it even twice, maybe not even thinking through it once. And she realizes and he realizes she's not going to be able to make that decision. Or at least she hasn't made the decision. He tells her she's free to make that decision, but she doesn't seem to be free. She can't go back. She can't change her ways. She has a habit of killing the bad guys. And according to this ethics, doing something worse than Daredevil is doing. There's a light in him. He's able to fight them without killing. The light's not in her. It's been extinguished by her long habit. Now, Aristotle spoke of habits, and Aristotle thought habits were very important. Aristotle says habits form our character, and this affects how good we are. And since this is Daredevil we're talking about here, and he's some kind of a Catholic, it's more appropriate to mention Aquinas. And it's very appropriate to mention Augustine. Augustine, in his Confessions, especially Book 8, describes how sinful habits made it impossible for him to change his ways. It made it impossible for him to do good, at least not without the help of God's grace. So, in this scenario, Daredevil gives Elektra the Sartrean choice. And she tries to make it and shows that she's incapable of making it. She's not free to change her ways. And the Augustinian theory of the corruption of the will through sin, the Aquinas theory, and the Aristotle theory of habits seem to win the day, at least within the contours of this story. So not only do we have Daredevil beating up ninjas, we also have Augustine and Aquinas beating up Sartre in this particular episode, which is pretty awesome. Awesomer than beating up ninjas.